To understand why I remember exactly where I was on the night of October 21st, 1975, I need to explain a few things first. The Boston Red Sox played the Cincinnati Reds that night in Game 6 of the World Series. The Sox were playing at home in Fenway Park. The game was completely sold out, but I had two precious tickets. Red Sox fans are famous for their passion and loyalty, despite a painfully long stretch of losing seasons, dating back to when the Sox owners sold the legendary Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees in 1919. The relationship between the Boston Red Sox and its fans is like a long-standing but rocky love affair. We are committed to one another and nurse high hopes for the relationship, but for nearly 100 years, those hopes were never realized. Instead, the giddy promise born each spring shrivels and dies, usually in a devastating slump in August or September, year after year. The team truly seemed cursed. Yet the fans stuck around, suckers for punishment. Love cannot be denied. Every baseball season dawned with hope and ended in crushing disappointment. As a faithful fan, I ride that roller coaster every year. I'm blessed with an excellent memory, and I can remember almost everything about the Red Sox dating back to my boyhood in the 1950s. The 1975 season was particularly exciting. Red Sox World Series aspirations ended the year before with a devastating swoon in August, but 1975 was different. The Sox actually made it to the series, and Carlton Fisk hit a famous home run in the 12th inning of Game 6 to win the game 7-6 on the night of October 21st. He and 35,205 out-of-their-mind spectators willed it to stay fair. It did. That game went down as one of the greatest games ever played in baseball history. But I missed it. I'd given up my Red Sox tickets to work a small crowd of yuppies at a candidates' night sponsored by the Ellis Neighborhood Association in the South End of Boston. I was a candidate for re-election to the Boston City Council, and I needed every single one of those votes. In the 19th century, the South End had been envisioned as a high-fashion, high-rent neighborhood, only a short walk from the downtown business district. However, the neighborhood hit hard times within decades of original construction and deteriorated into a slum, a district of shabby tenements and rooming houses, a few great jazz clubs, many aromatic sleazy bars, and a small but stalwart battalion of hookers who worked in the shadows of the ugly, metal, elevated rail tracks, the old L, that ran down Washington Street to Forest Hills. By the 1960s, a number of starry-eyed urban pioneers, including a significant number of gay men, recognized the value and beauty of the elegant Victorian Beaufront houses and moved into the neighborhood. The so-called yuppies, young urban professionals, bought the red brick buildings and painstakingly restored to their original glory the lovely Renaissance Revival, Italianate, and French Second Empire structures. By 1975, these new residents were changing the demographics and the voting patterns of Ward 4. I knew this because demographics and voting patterns were an important part of my business. The arcane specialty had fascinated me since my teenage years. Demographics is destiny in politics. More importantly, at this moment, these new voters were my supporters. They were well-educated, affluent, and politically liberal. If I were to win re-election, it would be on the strength of their support. So that's why I was mingling with a small group of young urban pioneers at a candidates' night in the South End and not watching the Red Sox at Fenway Park. As the Red Sox struggled for glory in that autumn of 1975, I was in the political fight of my life in my second re-election campaign to the Boston City Council.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.